Quote it, track it, invoice it, get paid. Let's get into it.
All right, your client list and your client dashboard. This is a big one because this is where you're going to make your hay. This is where you're going to make your money. So let's get into it. I want to get through this as quickly as possible so you can get to work. Click on client list. You're going to go to add client, and this is where you're going to add all your clients. I will put in a fake one for us today. All right, so this is your client name, number, email, and then the type of project that you will be doing for them. I'm doing a video edit today because I'm doing a video, but you could do whatever you, literally, it could be any job or any project. So we're going to hit submit. We're going to get this client tile that populates. If you slide it to the left, you're going to see two things: remove, that's pretty self-explanatory, and you can view edit. That's going to bring up this dialog. If you put in some information that was wrong or you need to change something about it, you can do that right here and then hit submit. If you click through the tile, you're going to get to the client dashboard. You're going to see their name. You're going to see their project type. At the top of this, you're going to see timed hourly and add manual time. This is the core of Time Titan. Because again, I wanted you to see what your time is actually worth. Okay, so we track every second, every amount. So at the top, we're going to put in $100 an hour. That's going to unlock some of these buttons down here. So make sure you put in your hourly rate. And it's pretty simple. When you sit down to start a job or start a project, you hit start and the clock starts running, and that's going to times your hourly rate. You'll see the display down here, and we'll get to that. We're going to let that run for a second and move down here to add manual time. Add manual time is two different things. You could just use add manual time and not use the clock and just put in your how much time you worked and add that as much as you want. Or let's just say that you are working with the timed hourly clock up here. You forget to hit the pause button, you let it run all night long, and you made $50,000, but you know in your soul of souls that you can't really, in good conscience, charge your client that. So you would have to clear all of that time and then default down to the add manual time. So add manual time is also a fallback. But let's say we worked an hour and 30 minutes. We can add our time, and we can see an hour and 30, and we made $150. Flat rate's pretty self-explanatory. Again, you can use all of these in conjunction, or you could use them as just a flat rate. Say you have a flat rate job that costs $2,000, and it's pretty straightforward, simple as that. You can put that in. Below that is itemize additional charges. Let's just say I've had times where people have called me and said, hey, could you add this? I know we didn't talk about it, but could you do this? I wished I would have had Time Titan like we do in our pockets or on our desktop now, because I would have put it in right then, because a lot of times people forget, they get busy and they forget to add those charges. So let's say somebody calls me and says, can you make a website change? I'd say, sure, that's going to be, let's just make it $75, I guess. This also could be itemized charges. So things that you need for the job, things that you need to purchase, what have you, whatever you got to purchase or whatever you got to do to get the job done, you might have to purchase some things. So let's just add $100 for an item that was needed to do the job. You add it, and there you go. And you can add as many of those as you like. Below that, we have subtotal and discounts. I believe that you're worth every amount of your time, but sometimes you're going to have to give your client a discount if needed. And so you can do that through a flat rate or a percentage. Let's just say that you wanted to give them 15% off. You can give them for 15% off. Tax, let's put 8.5 for the heck of it. If they paid any deposit, we can put that in. And then right here, you can see update totals. That button is always going to be red when your totals need to be updated. In other words, if you make any changes whatsoever, this button is going to be red. So it's just yelling at you, please update me. So you make sure you update all your buttons. Let's go back up to our clock and see how much time we put on it. We can pause it there, and you can see we worked for 4 minutes and we made $6.69 at $100 an hour. And that's not bad at all. Once you're finished with your project, you come down here to the payment options. You have online payment or in person. I think online payment probably is more prevalent these days, so we can pick that. We can hit create view invoice. Did we update our totals? Yes, we did. And we can move ahead. This here is just another invoice breakdown just to make sure everything's right. And you can add a note to the client. Below that, we have our pay online. I put this here because sometimes I'm one of those people that is it the link that I want them to go to? And I can click on it and just, yes, that's where I want them to go pay. And then we can hit finalize invoice. After that, we hit view invoice. And this is basically a copy of what the customer sees on the other side. When you send it to them, they're going to see your business information. They're going to see a breakdown of all the totals that it took to get the job done. And then the note, thank you for your business, and where they're going to pay. You can check that one more time. Then you can copy your invoice link. Pretty simple. Once you get your invoice link copied, go to your email of preference, write a really nice note to your client, paste the invoice link in there, and hit send. And here's what they see on the other side. They're going to see customer invoice. They're going to see your business. They're going to see their name, the project. Again, the breakdown of everything that it took to get the job done. And they can click on one of the payment links and go pay it. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, info@timetitan.tech.